talking about the grimy nigga in the hood. I don't know what little supposed to be hood you from, but in the real hood of America, that shit don't fly. We don't listen to that bullshit.
Hello, everybody. We are back. It's another Thursday afternoon, which means it's another episode of the Batter's Box coming at you. I'm Jackson Smith, alongside somehow wearing the same fits today. Was that planned?
It was not.
Jackson
Shubb over here.
Yeah.
No, we kind of just showed up wearing the same thing, and but we're going to talk some different things. I think we have some clashing opinions on the season so far. We'll talk about some of our predictions that we talked about in the last episode, which was a couple weeks ago, so there's a lot to talk about. We kind of are going to revisit those. Some of those look good. Some of those look abysmal, as if we don't watch baseball. Not like I've been watching all day, every day. But, yeah, let's get started. Where do you want to start?
Well, first of all, baseball's back. I know I mentioned a little bit last time. There was, I think it was like opening day, so, it was also back then, but now we're starting to really get into the swing of things, and it's great. I love the routine. I get back from class, I turn on the O's game, I watch some baseball, usually watch them lose, and then I go on with the rest of my day. I think we should start with a couple of things that have surprised us throughout these first 2 weeks of the season. I think, personally, it's been a really entertaining start to the year, and I think the product's been really good. And what's the first thing I think that could be good or bad that surprised you through these first 2 weeks of the season?
I kind of want to talk about our Cy Young MVP picks first, honestly.
Okay.
We went and made these predictions. We made bold predictions. Remember, I was like, Jackson Chourio, NL MVP. He has not played a game this season. He's hurt. I talked about that, I think, on that episode. I don't know if he got hurt that day or the day after, but he still hasn't played. There's still hope for him, but it doesn't look like he will be our NL MVP. There's a lot of guys that are surprising us. We'll talk about them. And my other MVP pick was Julio Rodriguez on the Mariners. Mariners are not playing exactly how people expected. They've been heating up lately, though. And this is always how the beginning of the season goes. You've got teams like the Nationals above teams in standings, but it all sorts itself out. But Julio's looked bad, honestly. And I'm not very happy about my MVP picks. Do you want to highlight yours?
Yeah, so if we're starting with kind of predictions that have gone poorly, my MVP picks I think could still turn out to be okay, but my AL Cy Young homer pick
let's talk about
doesn't
that.
look too
Let's
good.
talk about that.
For those that don't know, I picked Orioles pitcher Kyle Bradish to win the Cy Young. I think I might have had the wrong Orioles pitcher. I think I should have gone with Trevor Rogers instead because he's looked fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Bradish looks like a shell of himself. I think he'll get better. I do. But another prediction that I got wrong. I was wrong about the Padres. The San Diego Padres look really good.
Told you, they always figure out a way to do it.
I cannot say that I expected that from them. So kudos to the Padres kind of staying up there with the Dodgers. But
I mean, it's not going to look like that the whole season. I think the Dodgers are really going to blow that division out of the water. And I don't even think that's bias. I think it's just so obvious that any division they're in, especially the NL West this year, they will look like by far the best team. Cy Young-wise, I mean, I had Yamamoto for NL. He's been looking great. Exactly what I expected from him as a Dodger fan. Garrett Crochet, I actually watched a video already about how he's pretty much out of contention for the AL Cy Young. He gave up 10 or 11 earned runs to the Twins in not even 2 innings the other day. The Twins, by the way, we talked about them. One of the worst teams in baseball. We don't understand how they keep it going, how they win games.
They're on top of their division.
They're on top of their division.
There's some weird thing. We'll get to the. There's some weird things happening.
There's some
right
weird
now.
things. Listen, I went back and watched the Garrett Crochet performance, and because a lot of people were saying he was tipping his pitches. There were a few pitches where I was like, it is very obvious what you're about to throw. I kind of started after a few at-bats was kind of calling it on my own. I was like, slider, fastball, and seeing if he'd actually throw what I predicted based on his movement. And it kind of tapered off as I think he kind of figured that out, that he was tipping pitches, but he really got shelled. He literally cannot give up runs for the most part until, like, for the whole season to even qualify for Cy Young. Similar to Skeens. I mean, he had that abysmal not even getting out of the first inning on opening day, and he's really got to work hard this season to even be in contention, honestly. So
yeah. Well, I think in terms of predictions for me that look good so far, there's only a handful of them. Shout out Cincinnati Reds. First place, tied for first place in the NL Central right now. The Reds look like a decent team. And the team they're tied with is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Where the heck did that come from?
Pirates I kind of expected, but the Reds, this is surprising. I think it's they've got some guys. They've got Sal Stewart. Sal Stewart is having such a good season. He's one of the best players in baseball this year.
I remember when I went through the Reds roster, and you last episode, you're like, "Are you going through the Reds roster?" I think Sal Stewart was the first guy I named, and hey,
you hear a name like Sal Stewart, you're like, yeah, this team's going to the playoffs. This team's going. He is not. Actually, I'm not gonna say he's not a great player because he's looking like one. He plays multiple positions in the infield. He could DH. I think he could play the outfield in the corners, but. That team looks good. I didn't have great hopes for them, so we'll see.
Are there any of your predictions so far that have, besides Yamamoto, that are looking good, off to good starts?
Yeah, absolutely. My pick on the Padres, I talked about the Padres a little bit. I mean, I kind of highlighted that. I think my pick there on them performing well, making the playoffs, it's looking like it. Mason Miller. Can we talk about Mason Miller for a second?
He's ridiculous.
I want him to win. This is my new prediction. No, not even prediction. This is my hope. Mason Miller, Cy Young, and that's coming from Dodger fan. I want this guy as a closer to win the first Cy Young as a closer since Eric Gagne. I think it was 2003. Unbelievable. He has not given up a run. I don't know if he's given up a hit this year.
He's ridiculous.
19 strikeouts and 24 batters. There was a statistic like that. He's the best slider in baseball. Watching him, I don't understand how hitters even can read it because it's so hard to tell what his pitch is going to be out of his hand, and you have no time to guess. His fastball is 103 miles per hour. Other predictions I think have gone well so far. I'm kind of looking through them, and it doesn't look like I'm doing a great job. I'm really surprised by the Angels. Let's talk about the Angels for a second. They are. I predicted them last in the division. I'm pretty sure you did too in the AL West. And they have the front runner for the AL Cy Young right now, as well as Mike Trout back in his prime.
I was going to mention Mike Trout. What? Five home runs in one series at Yankee Stadium. I mean, this guy's back.
And that game against the Yankees, where him and Judge just went home run for home run, that was one of the most entertaining baseball games I think we'll see this whole season.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's only been a few weeks, but you don't see stuff like that usually. And what is Trout doing? He had another home run today. He's just looking amazing.
I mean, do I think the Angels will stay at 500? I do not. But it's cool to see Mike Trout, especially, who I think everyone around the baseball sphere can kind of respect. It's cool to see him at least start the season healthy and start the season strong. One thing, you talked about the Angels. I want to kind of talk about the American League more in general, and just preface this with it is just 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks into the season.
Absolutely.
There are some teams that are banged up. There are some teams that are going to get guys back healthy, and there's a lot's going to happen in 2 weeks. But the American League kind of stinks.
It's so bad. I'm looking through the standings right now, and it's like
as
are we looking
as
at?
an Orioles fan, I've been very kind of whelmed and underwhelmed. I've just been.
I've
whelmed.
never heard that
I've
one.
just been whelmed.
Let's switch this podcast to a vocabulary contest.
I've just been whelmed by what I've
Okay.
seen. But like. They're very mid, but no team is pulling away. Everyone's kind of in the same boat the Orioles are. Then you look at a team like the Red Sox, who had a horrific start. The Blue Jays don't look good.
Unbelievable.
What's going on in the American League?
I really don't know. I think there's been a lot. Okay, there have been a lot of interleague play so far. Ever since the schedule changes came a few years ago, where you're not just playing the National League. If you're in the National League a lot, you're actually playing almost every team in the league every year. And I think, if you look at the NL, they're performing a lot better. And it's teams like, okay, the Dodgers played a series against the Guardians, for instance. Lost a game, but there's an American League, National League series. A lot of things like that have been happening. And if you look at the NL standings, they're not that much better, but they are better. And
there are teams that are finally starting to pull away. You
Right.
get the Dodgers, the Padres,
but we knew
the Braves are having a good start to the year.
We talked about the fact that the NL was much better this year than the AL, which is not normal. Usually it's the other way around. But I kind of, before we move on to the NL at all, I wanted to talk about one more thing on the Angels. I said they have the front runner for the Cy Young right now. First of all, worst pitching staff in baseball, we thought, going into the season, or one of the worst. Jose Soriano. First of all, I have a selfie with this guy. That is, and his autograph. Oh, that's going to sell so good. I forgot what he signed, but I have his autograph. I remember going to an Angels game. .33 ERA. He's thrown 27 innings. He's given up one earned run, one
That's
run
ridiculous.
total, but it was on a home run. So if you think about it, he's not giving up these hits and hits. Like,
That's
if he gave up
ridiculous.
one run and it was on anything, it could have been on 4 hits. It could have been on 4 singles. He's given up a home run. 9 hits, 31 strikeouts. His whip is under .7. Batting average, opponent's batting average is almost very, very close to under 100. This guy looks good. And there's other guys. Michael Wacha. What's going on there? Veteran Michael Wacha is just behind him in that ERA. Hasn't thrown as many innings, hasn't struck out as many batters, but he's been efficient. And speaking of efficiency, I wanted to move on to the NL. And if we're going to talk about the NL, we're going to talk about the Dodgers for a second. Justin Robleski, did you see that the other night?
I did not.
8 innings, 2 strikeouts, I think 1 hit, 2 hits, walked 2 guys. Greg Maddux is back? That's literally Greg Maddux. Didn't give up any. It was the most efficient pitching performance ever. He threw like 90 pitches. It was phenomenal.
Well, I mean, the Dodgers are ridiculous, and that division is good. I mean,
It's really good.
The Dodgers are obviously kind of running away with it right now. The Padres are a couple games back. The D-backs are a solid team. They just took 2 out of 3 from my hometown.
And the Giants look bad.
The Giants and
I'm happy.
Rockies are out of there. One team that's really surprised me in the National League, and not for good reasons, the New York Mets. Let's talk about the New York mess, because I don't know what's happening there in Queens right now.
So this series, they just played the Dodgers. They just wrapped that up yesterday. I watched almost every single inning of every single game, and they looked so bad. They scored 3 total runs in the series. They got shut out the first night by Robleski in those 8 innings. They then scored a 2-1 ball game in the next one, and then I believe they scored 1 the next day. I think it was, or no, they scored 2 because it was an 8-2 game. What's going on there? That is a team we thought would perform so well.
Well, it makes me, and this is pure speculation, but it was a little weird how Pete Alonso was so excited to get out of there and come to Baltimore.
There's some sort of chemistry going on there.
I wonder if there's some
Bad chemistry.
leadership issue. There has to be within that clubhouse. The moves they made in the offseason on the surface looked good, but they have not worked out. Brandon Nimmo has been tearing it up in Texas.
Yeah.
And that'll regress back to the mean. But, I mean, still, I think a question needs to be asked about Francisco Lindor. He's the veteran captain.
He looks so bad
in that locker room, and he looks like a disaster right now. He's just playing with his head somewhere else, and I don't know where it is, but he's got to figure it out. That whole team's got to figure it out. Soto's injured. Their pitching has not been good. They can't hit. Their fielding is a disaster.
Here's a quick stat that I just found. The Mets' 12 runs in the past 8 games is the fewest they've had since June 5th to 14th of 2018.
Wow. That was Jude, once again, with great ball knowledge back there. Wow.
Did not
That's
pull
bad.
that out. I have to be honest.
Well, no kidding. That's not just sitting back there. He's like, oh, well, 2018. I mean, remember that. But come on. Like, this team looks horrible. What you're saying about Lindor is so true. The other day, I'm watching the Dodger-Mets game, and he comes up to bat, 0 home runs, 0 RBI. Listen, home runs, I'm not gonna be that guy that's like, this guy has no home runs. He's not a good player. Like, that's just not how it works. But he literally, as their star player, had not driven in a run until he drove in himself on his only solo home run of the season. I just don't get it. That team looks so bad. Steve Cohen, like, you're doing what we thought.
Well,
You're buying guys and then something.
I don't think it's on Steve Cohen. I mean, the owner isn't the one making the decisions on who to sign and who to let go. That's David Stearns, the general manager. And I know everyone hates on Michael Kay, the Yankees broadcaster, but I actually think Michael Kay knows ball.
Oh yeah, I love Michael Kay.
And I heard a take from him about the what's going on with the Mets right now. And he put it all on David Stearns, the general manager. I mean, Stearns fired Buck Showalter. Carlos Mendoza's his guy. So if you're gonna blame Mendoza, like the blame has to go to David Stearns because he's the one that picked Mendoza. It was not Steve Cohen. And I don't think Mendoza's the issue. I think this comes from within. I think Stearns is the guy that let Diaz go. He's the guy that let Alonso go without giving him a contract offer. This team's just a mess right now, and I don't see it turning around. Like a lot of times early in the year, teams kind of go through this funk and they turn around. I don't see the Mets turning it around because I think it's deeper than just they're not playing well.
Like, I'm trying to figure out a way to disagree with you, but like that is so true. I'm looking at the run scored statistic, and they have only scored 65 runs this year. That is below most teams in the league. I mean, there are some teams here that are not good and have scored. The Diamondbacks are a fine... Okay, I'm sorry, the Rockies have scored more than them. I'll leave that there. I don't care that they play in the stadium they do. They literally have scored more runs than the Mets. And what's weird to me is the Reds have scored a run less than the Mets, but they are doing pretty well. They're 11-8. So that pitching staff is clearly doing something right. Some other pitchers I kind of wanted to talk about, not too in-depth, but have been great. We saw Parker Messick, rookie guy. He almost no-hit the O's. Went 8 innings, but then Taveras broke that up, and then you guys put up some runs. It was
we almost had it. We almost missed it by that much.
Yeah.
We almost had it.
Some other guys. Ohtani. I mean, Ohtani legitimately will win another MVP this year. I'm pretty certain on it. He might win a Cy Young too. He has a .5 ERA right now. He's only thrown 18 innings. He struck out 18. He kind of looks like Soriano, and I'm liking it a lot. Any other pitchers that you want to highlight?
Not off the top of my head. I'm trying to...
I mean, you've got a lot of the Pirates guys have been good. You've got Ledzinski, Bubba Chandler's look good. Skeens will return to his form. I mean, that pitching staff is going to do some great things.
Taj Bradley.
Yes.
For the Minnesota Twins.
Yes.
Has come out of nowhere. I didn't even, that wasn't even me searching that, but it just came out the top of my head. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
He's not shown what he's showing right now in years past. So kudos to him. Kudos to the Twins, who are currently 11-8, 8-2 in their last 10 games.
They might only win 11 games this year, though. And they have won 11 so far. So hitters-wise, I mean, we've got some really, really good hitters this year. Some obvious. Yordan Alvarez is the best hitter in baseball right now, honestly. And he's, that's just how it is. CJ Abrams. Could talk about him a little bit.
CJ Abrams is a good player. And honestly, the Washington Nationals lineup has been raking.
Unbelievable.
To start the season.
Wood has been great. I am losing his name right now. Who's that guy that
Dylan
had...
Cruz?
No, there was a guy that was like 10 for 10 to start the season. Why? Joey Weimer. He was so good to start the season.
The Nationals have the most runs scored in baseball.
Yeah, their lineup is actually
They
ridiculous.
have scored 107 runs. Now, they've given up 117.
By the way, almost 40 more than the Mets have scored. That's ridiculous.
They cannot pitch.
The
Nats
Nationals cannot
pitch.
That pitching staff needs to see something. I wouldn't blame them if they signed, or not signed, I'm sorry, if they traded for someone at the deadline. Like, this team can contend next year. I think that lineup is phenomenal, and if you work on that pitching a little bit, they'll be great. Anyway, some other guys. Another team that is really bad, and we talked about them, but they've got a guy going crazy, is the Cardinals. Jordan Walker, where has he been? He was a very highly touted prospect for years. Came up and did absolutely nothing with the team, and now he's leading baseball in home runs. He's slugging the ball, and he looks scary at the plate. He's like 6'10".
Leave it to the Cardinals, though, when it just seems like they're going to rebuild. There's one guy who won't let them, and now they're just in mediocrity again.
They still need to.
Yeah, I don't see it from the Cardinals. If we're going to give some love to some hitters, everyone who watches this podcast knows that we're both homers, so I'm going to give a little bit of a homer shout-out here. Do you know who Jeremiah Jackson is?
I have seen this. Jeremiah Jackson looks great. He looks great.
Jackson Holiday who? The Orioles cannot send Jeremiah Jackson down when Holiday is back healthy with how he's been playing. I mean, he's like leading the team in every category besides home runs. Gunnar Henderson could win AL MVP this year.
He's looked good.
He's mashing.
He just needs to get that. He's not getting on base as much.
He and Alonso at the top of the order. We'll figure it out. Alonso's been getting better. So has Gunnar. But Jeremiah Jackson, I think 3 home runs in the Diamondback series, including a grand slam to cap off a comeback from down 7-1.
Unbelievable.
Giving some Orioles fans some hope, but he's been fantastic. and that's been cool to see his name kind of come. It reminds me a little bit of Jorge Mateo a couple years ago, going on a Linsanity run in April and then completely falling off the face of the earth the rest of the year. But it's been very cool to see Jackson play as well as he has. So, and he's got our name. So
that is very true. I noticed that too. He's looked great. And if we're gonna talk about our hometown guys, I need to apologize about something. Andy Pajes, this is a direct apology to you. I said some extremely hurtful things about you on this podcast and to myself and to my friends last year during the playoffs when you mustered to get probably one hit, and it was
the biggest.
You got on no. He got on base like twice in the playoffs, and one of them was like a nubber to the pitcher that Orion Kirkering fumbled.
Which happened again, by the way.
Yes, I saw that.
Orion Kirkering threw the ball away to first base in his first outing of the year after what happened in the playoffs.
Rough. I really feel bad for that guy. But Andy Pajes, back to this apology. Whatever you're doing this year, whether it's steroids or just you learned how to hit, Andy Pajes is legitimately the best hitter in the National League, and I stand by that right now. He is the front runner for NL MVP. He is so good. He is hitting. I mean, I know some of the stats off the top of my head, but I'm going to read you some of the other ones, and I have them here. His OPS is currently 4th in baseball. It just fell two places, I believe, in the last 2 days because he's been He has an 1100 OPS. He's mashing the ball, leading the league in RBIs, or at least still leading the league in RBIs with 20, and he is on the Dodgers hitting at the bottom of the order. If he can continue this, the Dodgers are winning 125 games. Anyways, thank you, Andy. I'm sorry. I love you.
Anyways, I got one more kind of good surprise. Let's move on from the homerism a little bit here, on both sides. And I kind of mentioned this before we went, before the show started. How are the Cleveland Guardians and Milwaukee Brewers always good? I don't understand.
I hate those teams because they are so good and so bad every single year.
Like, I look at these rosters, and I mean, Cleveland has nobody.
They've got J-Ram, and
Stephen Kwan.
Stephen Kwan is gonna,
but he's a hit for average guy. He's not,
and he'll contribute defensively. But no one's looking at that when you're looking at the standings. I mean, he's gonna save a game or two.
So I've been shocked by how. It's not like they're good; they're just effective. It's like me going out there with my 70-mile-an-hour fastball in high school baseball. It's not good, just effective.
You did not throw 70, dude. We know you threw 55 miles per hour at max.
But kudos to Milwaukee and Cleveland. Cleveland obviously just took Game 1 against my Orioles, but both those teams look good to start the year.
Absolutely. And another team I kind of wanted to talk about for a second before we move on at all is the Astros. They are last in their division, tied with the Mariners, the two teams that should be at the top. Again,
the Astros are not good. I did call this right.
No, you did. You did. Again, most teams have only played 19, 20 games. Things are going to change. But the Astros, interesting thing here is they have scored 105 runs this season, which is more than most teams in the league.
They've given up 114 runs.
Yeah, they've given up 114 runs. So there's clearly something going on with that pitching staff. And I haven't really looked at the Astros much this year. I don't know if Hunter Brown's having a good year, to be honest.
I can't say I've looked much
but
at Houston.
That lineup is clearly raking. I mean, Yordan is the main guy there. He's doing great. And I think Altuve's having a great season as well, specifically on that batting average. But that pitching staff, like, what are we doing? Because if you're scoring that many runs and you are the worst in your division, and it's not that competitive of a division, there's clearly something that needs to be done on that pitching side. So hopefully, for their sake, I don't like the Astros, of course, but hopefully something's fixed there. And similar things with the Nationals. They've scored 107. They've given up 117. Mm-hmm. So both of those teams clearly have something to work on.
I will say for a Nationals team that's trying to get fans to the ballpark, who's had attendance issues the last couple of years, that's the way to go. Who doesn't want to pay a cheap $10 ticket to go watching a 10-8 barn burner?
Literally, like when the Dodgers were out there was a game where they were saying like the Big Four. I hate that Kyle Tucker's part of the Big Four. I want to talk about him actually, but they were saying the Big Four, they all homered in one game, and it was Freeman, Betts, Ohtani, and Tucker, and we still almost lost that game, I believe, and it was like a 10-8 game or something like that. It was ridiculous. Kyle Tucker, though, I've already stood by this, that I think it was such a horrible signing. I like Kyle Tucker. I'm glad he's on my team. He's a great player, of course. I think he is a top 25 player in baseball. But as in top 25, I say top 25 for a reason. I don't say top 5.
Why is top 5 money?
Why is he getting top 1 money? He's being paid the most AAV this year, I believe. but he is one of the highest paid players in baseball, and he's not good. He's not that good, and he just doesn't look like he is ready this year from what we've seen at the plate. So I'm a little nervous about that. But the Dodgers always figure it out financially. And, of course, someone said to me unethically financially today, and I disagree with that, but we've talked about that enough.
Here's a crazy stat for you. Not in a good way. The Chicago... Now, they're bad. The Chicago White Sox...
Oh, no, they're great.
Through 19 games have a negative 40 run differential.
Whoa! Oh, wow.
It's been 19 games.
Murakami, by the way, I want to talk about him from the White Sox. He is doing horrible, but he's doing exactly what everyone thought he would do. He is smashing the ball. So he's either going home run 450, dead center, no doubter, or striking out and looking like he has no clue to play baseball. So at least we're seeing that.
Run, that's insane.
That is ridiculous. I think the White Sox are they really are statistically one of the worst teams we've ever seen in baseball. I mean, the last 2 years were so scary with how bad they were. I feel bad, but at least people in Chicago have another team they can fall back on if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I wanted to compliment you, which is rare. While they still have they still have an under 500 record, the Marlins look decent and they are second in their division. So congratulations to you on that through 20 games. I am hoping to go to a Dodgers Marlins game in a few weeks. I actually did text you and asked if you wanted to go.
Did I forget to respond?
You ignored my text. So let it be known. No.
In my defense, the beginning of this week was hell. I had exams.
That doesn't stop us going and watching baseball.
I would love
in 2 weeks.
I would love to.
We'll see. Because Jackson over here has been like, let's go to a Dodger game. And, of course, everyone knows me. I'm down for a Dodger game any day. So I sent him these. I'm like, oh, not too expensive of tickets. Because, of course, cheapest Dodger tickets right now are like $3,000 top deck. And, yeah, he ignored me. So
you did text me. I'm sorry.
Let it be known.
I was locked in for my Monday midterm. You texted me.
It's okay. No, congratulations on finishing that midterm, I guess.
Anyways, I think... some interesting news about a week ago. New City Connects were released, and honestly, they were okay. I
liked them. I only disliked one of the 6?
I think
or 5,
8. Anyways, whatever it was,
it wasn't.
We
8.
went through and we
many.
picked our favorite and our least favorite, and they're going to be showing up on the screen. Jackson, you start.
So I don't know what your picks, but I know this was mine.
That was starting with your favorite.
I die for baby blue jersey. I love we're just changing this to like a fashion talk, but I absolutely love baby blue jerseys. I don't know how to explain it. I just think that they're the best jerseys in all of baseball for any team that can do it and pull it off. And with how this logo looks, I genuinely think that this is one of the best jerseys in baseball. And Acuna looks like a dog wearing it, and I think that the Braves will perform better in their cool ass jersey.
I will say the one thing I do like these. The one thing I don't like, and here we put my fashion hat on. I don't.
Well, we're wearing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect timing.
There we go.
I don't love the pullover jerseys. I think they're a little weird.
Okay, that's fair.
But I am gonna miss their old City Connects with the A. I thought those were sick. But
are these teams not using their old City Connects if they had them?
No,
they're ruling.
I think some teams are keeping them. Like the Padres, I think are still.
The Padres
are
cycling. That I know. Which, by the way, their old ones were really bad. So I'm glad that they fixed that.
But yeah, those are nice. I like those a lot.
All right, let's move on.
Anyways, my favorite. I'm a homer, but those are sick.
They're so cool.
The old ones stunk. These are fantastic. It's a mock-off of Camden Yards.
It is.
And the hat. First of all, the little thing on the bottom right, that's the clock that's on the scoreboard.
Oh wait, that's really cool. I never noticed that. Actually.
The shoulder patch are the plaques that are on Utah Street.
Okay.
For home run that marks the home runs that goes on Utah Street.
All right, nerd. Yeah.
And you see like the bricks in the collar.
Yeah, is that from
that's the warehouse.
Yeah.
And then the hat is like the little B logo that's on the side of the seats. It's all about Camden Yards.
It is a great jersey.
I sent you like a little Instagram thing.
You did. I didn't read about it. I looked at them, but no, I really like them. I don't love the green, but I like it. It's
because the seats are
green. That's fair, but they couldn't be my favorite just with the other coloration we saw. But
I was giving you a hard time, but I do like those a lot. Anyways,
now to the ones we don't like. Okay, what is this? I don't want to hear any BS about Texas history.
It's terrible.
I don't know what the history behind this is, and I genuinely do not care. This is the worst jersey I've ever seen. I don't know what this is. I don't even have more comments. Like, I don't know what this is.
I like the little pattern there on the.
It is cool. I
But
actually
that's
didn't notice
it.
that.
You know what? They should have used that pattern like for the piping. That would have been cool.
Well, they should have, and they didn't, and now this is what. Like, I genuinely don't know if this is like a
That jersey
playable
sucks.
uniform.
It looks
to
like
wear.
something that my like middle school baseball team would put.
That's
on.
what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure there's some great history. Again, I just said I don't care, but I'm sure there's some great history behind this jersey and why they did it. But since most people don't know or care, you got to make something that's good for the eyes, and this is just. It makes my eyes hurt. But I'm ready to move on to your pick because
I was going to put that as my least favorite. This is my second
Whoa.
least favorite because the Texas one I don't like. I think I just don't really know. Part of the reason I don't like this is because I really liked the Brew Crew ones.
Again, the baby blue ones. Yeah.
And I just think these I don't know. They just don't do it for me. I don't like how the letter is orange. The lettering is like a pinkish orange. I don't know.
I like the coloration of the number. You could see like it kind of like it goes yellow to blue at some point, and I don't know what that is, but it says Ford in there, and I feel like that's got to be something. But I love the Wisco. I really like this one.
I don't mind the Wisco either.
I almost picked this as my favorite.
But I feel like the Wisco that is almost like reserved for University of Wisconsin. Or I might just be completely yapping, but
I mean,
I feel like that's their like their Wisco. That's their thing.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't usually
know.
think of
I'm
the
not from
Brewers.
Wisconsin.
No one thinks of the Brewers and thinks of Wisconsin usually. I feel like they just think of Milwaukee, which is in Wisconsin, but like okay, moral of the story, this stuff does not relate to anything we just talked about for a while, but
the thing is, it has to be something about beer. It's Wisconsin. Like it has to.
That's so true. It'd be really cool if they just had like only beer on this jersey.
Yeah.
It's just just so much beer. But unfortunately they didn't do that. I'm sure there's a reference somewhere on this jersey on the side patches or something to that. But again, this is all about aesthetic. I really think that when teams I think when teams wear City Connect jerseys, it's really cool.
I will say about this batch of City Connects, like there are so many City Connects that are worse around the league.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even this is better than a bunch of the other City Connect jerseys.
100%. Like I wish the Dodgers would have something like this. I like our City Connect jerseys, but I just think that there's more that can be done. I think that the white ones, the ones that kind of have like the spots on them
those
a
are
little
weird.
bit, I like them a lot. I just don't think they're that unique, and I think that they're kind of just tailored. Like they could low-key be regular jerseys. I think that there's some cool stuff that can be done related to Brooklyn.
Ooh.
Or the
But
Dodgers,
that's not-
I've mentioned this so many times. The Dodgers are the only team in baseball named after their fans. Back in the day, they had to when they were in the golf carts going around the stadium, they literally had to dodge home runs. That's what the team is named after. I think something like that would be really cool to theme it around.
That actually would be cool.
But
I love this jersey talk.
It is
love
cool. I feel like we should do stuff like this more because sometimes we're just talking statistics and like we agree a lot, but we also will like disagree. Such as Kyle Bradish is good.
I don't mean to fact check you guys here.
All right.
The Dodgers name actually comes from fans having to dodge the maze of electric trolley cars that crisscross Brooklyn at the time.
Okay, wait. You are right, and that is now reminding me. But they are still the only team named after the fans, and they were dodging. I've heard the I'm a horrible Dodger fan here.
Not throwing you on the bus. You already have the great knowledge.
Well, I appreciate it, but no, I remembered it was something around dodging something. But they are again the only team named after the fans, and so if their jerseys were themed around the fans or themed around that, technically they're themed around the fans. That would be great for baseball. Or great for LA at least. But yeah, I think that's
all I
kind
have.
of-
That's all I have.
That's
for
kind of
today.
all. I'm really hoping. Actually, there's one other player I wanted to mention real quick. Ben Rice. He's better than Judge this year
Yeah,
so far.
Ben Rice is really good.
Ben Rice looks really good, and he can catch, play for space. He can do anything.
Underrated too. Like when you look at the Yankees roster, I feel like just because of all the old kind of establishment names they
Yeah.
have on that team,
Judge Stanton. Yeah.
and even Chisholm. Like you kind of
Yeah,
overlook Ben
sure.
Rice, but Ben Rice is sneaky, like one of their better hitters.
Yeah,
And
he's built
this
for
year
that
he's been their best
ballpark.
hitter. Yeah,
He's built
yes.
for that ballpark. He's great, and yeah, I mean, Yankees look good. And so
The
we'll
Yankees
see.
always start out like this. It's more about how the
100%.
Yankees finish the season than how they start.
Absolutely.
I remember my dad was like, "Oh, the Yankees look unbeatable." I'm like, just give it 3 months, then
Sure.
give it 3 months.
I'm going to make a quick prediction before we end this. I think that the Mets are going to step it up a lot, and then they're going to digress, and then they're going to step up. I really think what the theme of the Mets is this year is time periods where 20 games, they look horrible. The next 30 games, they might look great. And then another 20 games, they'll look horrible. And, along that line. So that's my prediction. I think that they'll still make the playoffs or just miss them.
I don't know if I share that sentiment.
I don't think you do after what you said about the Mets.
Yeah.
They're not going to get better.
But we'll see. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. Do you have any last thoughts?
I hope I do actually. I think the AL East is going to completely flip from where it is now.
Okay.
The Rays right now are on top with the Yankees, the O's, Blue Jays, Sox. I think more or less that's going to do a 360 and flip around.
I think that all year that division will move around a lot. It's going to be close. The Red Sox again. We didn't really talk about it. They don't look good right now, but they're going to step it up. And so it's going to be a really fun season. It's only April 16th. We've still got a long ways to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a fun episode. Love talking baseball with my fellow Jackson and Jude. Thank you for the commentary, Jude, and the fact checking. Anyways, hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.